The Microsoft Word program has a very powerful proofing tool which checks the spelling and the grammar in a document. In this video you will learn how to use it and also how to deactivate it. Normally the proofing is activated by default. When it is activated you will see spelling errors underlined in red and grammar errors underlined in blue. Let's first look at the spelling errors. When we see such an error, Word will most of the time offer us a solution when we right-click on the underlined word. We can then select a suitable suggested solution and the word will be corrected. But sometimes it can be the case that the Microsoft Word program simply doesn't have a solution for us because there is no matching word in the software's dictionary. Then we have the possibility to add this new word to the dictionary so that the program recognizes it in the future. If we don't want to add a word to the dictionary, we can select Ignore All, and all instances of this word will be ignored in the document. Let's look at grammar errors now. Here I have a sentence in which a comma is missing. Of course, we also get the solution when right-clicking on the blue underlined text. But now we also have the option to ignore the error once, or to not check for this type of error anymore. If we would choose the Don't Check for This Issue option, Word would still check for grammar errors, but not for errors in which a comma is missing. Now it is often the case that we don't want to correct grammar and spelling errors immediately because we don't want to interrupt our workflow. This is absolutely no problem since we can always click on spelling and grammar and then we can go through all errors in the document, one by one. Here we can also accept the suggestions, ignore the errors, or add them to our dictionary. Let's now look at how we can deactivate or activate the proofing in Microsoft Word. For that we have to open the options of the program. So we open the File tab and click on Options. Now we have to switch to the Proofing tab and scroll to the bottom. There are now two options to deactivate the proofing. The first one is to uncheck these two boxes for the spelling and grammar check. The proofing will then be deactivated until you activate it again here. The other option is to deactivate the proofing only for the current document. In this case we leave the two boxes checked, but we set the exceptions for the current document at the bottom of this dialog window. And if you ever get a document in which you can spot errors but they are not underlined by Microsoft Word, then open this options page, make sure that the spelling and grammar checks are activated and that the exceptions are deactivated. So now you know how to use spell checks and grammar checks in Word. Go ahead and watch the other videos to learn more about reviewing a document.